Okay, today is September 11th, 2019. This is the 18th anniversary of what happened in New York and Washington, D.C., out in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. We're looking at a picture that was taken not long after a missile hit the Pentagon building. And we can see here that there are no aircraft parts out in front of that building. And we were told that a American Airlines 757 hit that building. But yeah, we see no debris, no tail section, no wings, no engines, no landing gear forgings. By the way, the landing gear on those planes are made partially out of titanium. Part of the engines are made out of titanium. The turbine forgings are titanium. Some of the wing root assemblies are titanium. None of that will burn, and we should have seen a lot of debris right out here on this lawn. And look how nice this lawn looks, actually, except for right up close here. There's a truck parked there, and we see a lookout tower here, and really nothing. So a Boeing 757 would have slammed into this building, and there would have been all sorts of luggage and seats, sheet metal strewn all over the place. But obviously a plane didn't hit this building, and the fake news networks won't show us this picture. And the FBI went around to the local businesses around the Pentagon and confiscated the surveillance videos from the gas stations. There was I think there was a Holiday Inn in the area, and there was I think there was 80 videos that were taken, and not a single one of those videos were ever released to show what actually happened to the Pentagon. Whatever hit the Pentagon, we don't know, except for the evidence that's leaked out. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other pictures here. This is a picture somebody took of a hole right there in one of the walls there at the Pentagon. You can see also, here's another shot. I've shown these in previous videos on September 11th. You can scroll through the videos and find those and look at them, but this is what actually hit the Pentagon. This is obviously a missile that went through several layers of the Pentagon. Here's an aerial shot. Let's see, where is that? Not there. Okay, we lost that. But nonetheless, this is the evidence right here that we need to look at. This is right before the roof collapsed, and we were told a plane hit that, but actually nothing of the sort. So we were lied to about that. Let's go over and take a look at the World Trade Center evidence. Here we have these vertical columns were cut with Thermate charges. We can see the cuts here. The stuff, Thermate, burns at about 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and it cuts through metal through steel like butter, like a hot knife through butter. So this is what we're seeing here. These guys here didn't cut these columns. These were cut during the demolition process. Those two towers and the World Trade Center number 7 came down in a textbook demolition fashion. Here's another shot showing the vertical columns cut at an angle. They're done this way. They're cut diagonally so that the building will fall in on itself in a controlled manner. Now, looking at the construction of the building, the towers, we can see the main center columns rise up, and then the floors are connected to the center columns. They're trussed floors. They're attached to this outer frame here, which is stainless steel, I believe it was. These columns are 100 millimeters thick, very strong, very heavy. So the evidence is right here. The official narrative is garbage. We have the evidence right here. Let's go ahead and take a look quickly at the Building 7. We were told that Building 7 collapsed from fires, but look at that. That looks like a Las Vegas casino coming down. Let's go and run that again. You can see the entire building is taken down with explosives. Larry Silverstein actually spilled the beans. You cannot wire one of these buildings up for demolition in an afternoon or in 1 day or 2 days. It takes weeks to carefully prepare a building of that size. That's a 47-story tower. It takes weeks of planning because you have to have the blueprints. You have to know where all the structural steel columns that are load-bearing. You have to know all that. You put the charges the charges are installed, and they're connected to a timer which sequentially ignites the explosives in a prescribed manner so that the building falls the way you want it to fall. You don't want the building to tip over and damage other property nearby. So this is a textbook demolition exercise, and there it is. This is another video that you won't see on television, fake news television. The mainstream media in this country is corrupt and as evil as it gets, because they're covering up not only the weather manipulation that we've been reporting on for the last 4 or 5 years, but everything else. Now, this incident on 9/11 jump-started the Gulf War. It re-jump-started the Gulf War. If we will recall, it was our dear friend John Bolton, who was the ambassador for the U.S., I believe it was, or he was part of a UN commission or something. He was over there in Iraq, and he's the guy that said that Saddam Hussein had yellow cake uranium. We know that's a lot of crap. We know that's bullshit. Okay, we know that's just a lie. So Bolton was fired, or he resigned, but he was just a deep state stooge. And so he was let go. I don't know why he was ever hired. I think there's a method to the madness, but we'll have to find out. Time will tell. Here's a shot of the Trade Center Building 1 right before this corner folded. I have another picture showing liquid molten metal pouring out inside the building. I don't have that pulled up though. But anyhow, we've got enough evidence here. This the official narrative is garbage. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the maps now. This is the eastern North Atlantic. We have another disturbance right here with a 50% chance of hurricane formation. This is actually moving to the northwest, so the people in Florida better pay attention. There's another storm that's beginning to brew up. It's got a 50% chance, and it's moving to the northwest. So we'll keep an eye on that. Everybody in Florida, pay attention to what's going on there. Let's look at the eastern North Pacific. We have a system with about a 90% chance of hurricane formation right here. And then another one out here with a 20% chance. And then there's one further out near the Hawaiian Islands right here with a 0% chance. This is being superheated. Take a look at that here right now. We can see right out here we have a disturbance being superheated. This is being blown apart. You see, actually, you see a pressure wave right there. A little semicircular pressure wave. And then we have a disturbance. This is a hurricane, forming a hurricane right there. We're seeing rotation. Let's go ahead and look at the, this is the East Pacific water vapor loop. And we can see that, zoom this in a little bit. Okay, so we have a disturbance right here, which is, looks like it's been targeted just adjacent to the center right there. And we can see a pressure wave move away, and then we begin to see some rotation right in this area. That's rather interesting. You see something happen adjacent to the main water vapor over here. This is deep water vapor right in that pink area. And then we begin to see counterclockwise rotation after this area is targeted. Right there. That's very interesting. The rotation occurs only after this area appears to be superheated. And we see the pressure waves on the sides blowing out right there. And out here we have a disturbance. This is obviously being targeted. We can see the icicle patterns, the pressure waves. This is being targeted. This is another disturbance that has a 0% chance. Let's go ahead and look at the Pacific again. We can see that this here has a 20% chance actually. This has a 90% chance. So this is the one that was targeted adjacent to the very center, and then we had rotation begin. This guy over here is being targeted. Now here's the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. We see high pressures going in right here over California. We had a couple of really nice days. Monday and Tuesday was very cool and overcast. We had natural clouds in the skies, and it was very cool. Kind of a nice fall type day for two days. And now we have high pressure going in. High pressure is being installed. We're going to have 95 and 96 degree weather by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right here. So we can see everything's being blocked. All this weather down here is being blocked. This is the system that passed over with a transmitter on it. This generated zero moisture as it moved through California. We can see what's happening over Minnesota, the Dakotas. That is a giant cell. This is the infrared map, and we can see that rotation beginning to get a dead frame. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So we see that at the beginning of the loop there is no rotation here, and then it's targeted, and then we begin to see some rotation. We'll keep an eye on that. This is the one with 90% chance. All right, now here's a look quickly at the East Coast. This is that disturbance right off of Florida. This is going to be moving to the northwest. This thing right here, this has a 50% chance of hurricane formation. Get the camera set up right down here. So people in Florida, pay attention to what's going on here. Look at this giant system over here. That is amazing. I don't have the Doppler pulled up. We'll get a Doppler pulled up next time. Okay, that's it.